Georges St-Pierre has officially vacated his UFC middleweight title after just 31 days of winning it, telling the organization and the wider public, quote, "My fight at UFC 217 was one of the greatest nights of my life, but I now need to take some time to focus on my health. Out of respect to the athletes and the sport, I don't want to hold up the division. I will be giving up my belt, and once I'm healthy, I look forward to working with the UFC to determine what's next in my career." That reference to his health, St. Pierre, according to one of his coaches, John Danaher, had incredible problems putting on weight, vomiting fits throughout that UFC 217 camp. Later on, after the fight, being diagnosed with colitis, and a timetable for his return is not known. So St. Pierre is not the champion. Who is the champion? Well, here's the rest of the news. Robert Whittaker, who was the interim champion after beating Yoel Romero at UFC 213 in July, he is now the official full champion, and he is going to face Luke Rockhold in Perth, Australia, in the main event at UFC 221 in February.
That's probably too easy, so I shouldn't be like calling down. Easy money. So if you want to give me an easy payday, you give me AJ.
All right. That's it. No, please do not do this. But I assume that the offer is accepted. No.
It's not hard to look great against a guy who's not moving a lot.
Okay, so you're not one who's going to say, "Oh, Eddie's gotten better," or "He's back to the old Eddie," or all that stuff. You think
Listen,
that, yeah.
Listen, that is the old Eddie. Eddie hasn't changed in 10 years. You know, he's fought that way, and I'll give it to him. You know, he said on Twitter and in social media that he was far from out in the fight versus me, and that's true. You know, the guy's a dog and a warrior. He's never out of a fight. That's true.
Is it fair to say, I feel like it's a bit of a silly question, but I have to ask it anyway. Is it fair to say that that's who you want next? You want to fight the guy again? You want that rematch? You want to actually beat him conclusively?
100%. I felt like that's what should have happened before he got the tough gig. You know, that's what should have happened. I was winning the fight. Some foul stuff happened. We should have ran it back.
The reason Baszler. You name the time, and you name the place. I'm out today. All right. We're waiting to hear from you.
It's about 2 months since the McGregor fight. How do you reflect on it?
Yeah, since the
Mayweather fight.
You're right, the McGregor fight.
McGregor.
I mean, show me his highlights. Show me his shoulder roll. Show me his pull. Show me his reflexes. Show me the early rounds. All the highlights are from me. So it is what it is. I got beat. He was a tactical genius in there. He changed his game plan 3 times. That's the sign of a true champion. He first Philly Shell, second rope-a-dope, third when both of those ones he was getting picked off at. He went Mexican style, hands up, knuckles above the eyebrows, dipped in low and just walked forward, ugly. It's like an ugly boxing style. But he was able to change that game plan 3 times. It's a sign of a true champion. He got the win. Fair play to him. If it happened in a rematch, it's a simple adjustment of me having a heavier sparring partner come in the later rounds and lean on me and walk me down. Whereas in my sparring in the lead up to the camp, we were always against fast twitch, light on their toes opponents with the Philly Shell style and guys against the ropes, never against forward pressure, because he's never fought like that. So it took us by surprise and I got beat. If I had a rematch, I would correct it and I would beat him. He's retired. I'm not going to start calling him out of retirement. I'm going to leave him to it. If it happens, maybe it will. Who knows? I would beat him, no doubt.
Is there any possibility of him? Have you guys spoken since?
No, we haven't spoken. I respect what he done. 50-0. That's after the fight. I was like, I'm never the type of bitter. You know, I accept it and just let him be.